What is the most significant changes in Angular 21 compared to earlier version? The most critical shift in the zoneless change detection is now the default for new project. Angular 21 removes the dependency on Zone.js, meaning the framework no longer monkey patches every browser event. This drastically improves core web vital, especially the interaction to next paint metric, and reduces the initial bound size. Explain the concept of signals and why they are preferred over RxJS for UI state. Signals are the fine-grained reactivity primitive, unlike RxJS observable, which are asynchronous streams. Signals are synchronous and track dependencies automatically. Why use them? They allow Angular to know exactly which part of the DOM need to change, avoiding the need to change the entire complete componentry. This makes the UI more performant and the code more readable without needing .subscribe method or the async pipe for local state. What are linked signals in Angular 21? Linked signals are a new reactive primitive designed for state that depends on another signal but need to be writable. For example, if you have a selected product signal and a quantity signal, the quantity should reset to 1 whenever the product changes, but still allow the user to manually change it. Linked signals handle the reset on change logic cleanly. How does incremental hydration improve application performance? In the older version, the entire app had to be hydrated at once. Incremental hydration allows Angular to hydrate a specific part of the page only when they enter the viewport or when a user interacts with them. This significantly reduces the mind thread blocking time during the initial load. Compare the inject function with traditional constructor based dependency injection. Constructor DI require a class constructor and is limited to classes. Inject function API can be used in functional context such as route, guards, factory providers, or even within component initialization logic outside the constructor. It is more flexible, works better with TypeScript type inference, and result in cleaner code for standalone components. What is the purpose of @differ block and what are common triggers? The @differ block is used to lazy load parts of the template. It allows you to specify exactly when a component should be fetched and rendered. Common triggers include on viewport loads when the context enter the screen, on interaction load when the user click or types in the specific area, on hover loads when the mouse moves over a placeholder. Why has Angular moved from Webpack to White as the default build tool? Angular now uses build system based on ES-Build and Void. This change provides instant day start, cold start are significantly faster HMR, change reflect in the browser almost instantly, optimized bundling. ES-Build is much faster at tree shaking and minifying code than Webpack, leading to smaller production builds. What are signals form and how do they differ from reactive form? Currently in developer preview experimental in version 21, signal forms are a reactive form implementation built entirely on top of signals rather than RxJS. They offer better type safety, built-in support for complex types, composability, easier to share form logic between components without the overhead of form group nesting issues. What is the area package introduced in Angular 21? Angular area provides a set of headless components. These are functional components that handle all the complex logic and accessibility requirement. Area level keyboard navigation, screen reader support, but come with no default styling. These allow developers to apply their own CSS or Tailwind classes without fighting against pre-existing framework style. Why should you use RxJS instead of Signals? Signals are best for synchronous state and UI rendering. RxJS remains the best choice for asynchronous event streams such as complex HTTP request piping, switchmap for result debouncing, WebSocket or real-time data feeds, coordinating multiple time-dependent events. You can easily convert between them using two signal and two observable.